Made my girlfriend play Half-Life. Oh, this is gonna be funny.
Going into the game with next to zero expectations, it's easy.
No, we start from the beginning.
Oh my god. Ah! This is not how I wanted my first day on the job to go.
I used to joke with my girlfriend back when Baldur's Gate 3 was announced that we'd get married when it came out. But now that that deadline has come and gone, I've facetiously switched to saying the new deadline is when Half-Life 3 gets released.
Just marry her and get her pregnant.
These things, they take time.
Unfortunately, the humor of that sentiment is lost on her since she doesn't even know what that means. So to let her in on the joke, this week we're having her play through Half-Life.
Mesa Transit System. This automated train is provided for the
Getting
security
GLaDOS
and convenience.
vibes.
My thought process for having her play through this game was pretty.
Man, I saw the train going and I immediately felt nostalgia. I immediately felt so good. It was so cozy, like I'm 16 again. I was just sitting here and I go, oh, yeah, beautiful. And then I remembered how playing the game was. The last time I played it, a couple of weeks ago, on stream. And I remember how bad the movement was. All the time it felt like I was on ice. And when I was on ice, it was even worse. And don't get me started with the ladders. The ladders are so bad. And don't get me started with Zen. Zen is horrible. The worst part of the game is Zen. 100%. I absolutely agree with that. Everyone that says something else doesn't know what he's talking about.
Simple. Everyone should play through Half-Life. This game was revolutionary for its time, and there's a reason we all look back at it with such fondness all these years later.
So am I like a new employee?
From
No.
level 3 dormitories.
So if I'm going
Not a new one, just an employee.
from the dorms, I'm probably working here.
That did get me thinking though. What does a game like Half-Life feel like to a more modern audience?
Please
Bad. I can tell you, to a modern audience, this game feels bad. Because the movement is not very good. The ladders are horrible. And Zen just sucks.
keep your limbs inside the train at all times.
Keep
Do
your
not attempt
hands
to
and arms inside the vehicle at all
until the train
times.
has come to a complete halt.
My girlfriend still only just scratched the surface of what's out there to see and play, but have the shiny new textures and tighter controls from contemporary games spoiled her? Will she appreciate Half-Life the same way many of us do? Or will
No.
it struggle to impress her?
Well, looks like we're getting here.
Since she's someone who's unwittingly been the benefactor of its impact on the games industry, my hope for sending her on this trip back in time is to see how well the game holds up to a newcomer in today's day and age.
PhD at MIT in theoretical physics? I'm smart.
For context, Half-Life released in 1998
Goodness.
set a new standard for what a game could be.
Look at the robots. We're waiting.
Prior to its release, most first-person shooters had a pretty simple gameplay loop. To sum it up, you'd get a gun and shoot things with it. There was a lot less focus on a story or narrative to drive the game forwards, and it was much more about killing things and using cool weapons. Half-Life came on the scene and demonstrated how you could interweave a narrative into gameplay and create a satisfying playable experience.
And that's why it was so good. Oh my god. Just the sequence with the train at the beginning was so immersive. So good. It's lovely. And that's most likely the part I played the most. Well, which isn't hard because it's literally the first couple of minutes of the game.
Look at the radioactiveness.
Nowadays, it's common for FPS games to have a campaign or narrative built into its mechanics, but back in the day, this was groundbreaking stuff. Saying that Half-Life raised the bar for FPS games doesn't even do it justice, but rather, I'd say it launched the possibilities to all new heights.
I think you can even say they reinvented it. I think you can say it.
At Sector C Test Labs.
Oh, we're here? Am I gonna have to do that every single time I like come to work?
Yes.
Please stand back from the automated door and wait for the security officer to verify your identity.
Okay.
Before exiting the train, be sure to check your area for personal belongings. Thank you. and have a very safe and productive day.
Morning, Mr. Freeman. Looks like.
Oh shit, I can move. Oh, hi. Can I have moved this whole time?
Yes, yes.
I just assumed. That's so funny.
That's so
I didn't
great.
even really think about it until I heard him coming up to the side of me.
From the very start, Half-Life understands how to properly acclimate the player to its world. Not only is it Gordon Freeman's first day at Black Mesa, but to a new player, it's their first visit
Wait, his first day? Really? I don't remember that.
as well.
Hey, catch me later. I'll buy you a beer.
Nice, thank you.
Going into
Yeah, see, they're talking like they know each other for a while already.
the game with next to zero expectations, it's easy to forget that the game is a first-person shooter based solely from the events of the intro. But that's part of the fun.
Hello. It's the Black Mesa Research Facility.
Hey, Mr.
Can't be
Freeman.
bothered right
I had a bunch of messages for you, but we had a system crash about 20 minutes ago, and I'm still trying to find my files.
You must be
Oh, don't worry about it.
Situation.
They were having some problems down in the test chamber too, but I think that's all straightened out. They
Okay.
told me to make sure you headed down there
Why
as
do
soon
we
as you
all
got into
have
your
to wear
house.
these ridiculous
Okay.
ties?
Well, thank you for letting me know.
She really got the full first day of work experience, complete with touring around the different facilities and making acquaintances along.
Yes, this is, for me, this was always one of the most fun things about the game. They're just walking around aimlessly, just looking around.
the way.
Please, leave me alone until after the experiment.
Man, these scientists are like standoffish.
Weren't you supposed to be in the test chamber half an hour ago?
Half-Life does a great job of constructing an immersive experience for the player, and the intro sequence
It
of Black
does.
Mesa helps set the framework for the adventure waiting to unfold.
Oh, so there's one. Oh god. I feel like I'm just like going deep underground and I'm in a hazmat suit. This is making me feel very claustrophobic.
If I'd given her zero context whatsoever for what the game was before sitting her down to play, I can already tell she would have had a blast just running around interacting with things if the game had just been a giant corporate training simulator.
It's the
Yeah.
break room! Oh, there's soda. Aha!
I can't be bothered right now.
Man, no one wants to chat.
Now with that being said, it became clear rather quickly this wasn't exactly the first day on the job she was expecting it to be.
It's about to go critical.
What's about to go critical?
What the hell is going on with
Why is that broken?
In the first place.
Oh, fuck.
This is so funny.
I'm feeling very uncomfortable on my first day of work.
Whether it was the hazard suit
Everyone does. If things like this would happen in real life, yeah, I would feel uncomfortable too.
or the obscene amount of first aid kits everywhere, disaster was just waiting to happen.
Now, if you follow standard insertion procedures, everything will be fine.
I don't know how you can say that, although I will admit that the possibility of a resonance cascade scenario is extremely unlikely.
Gordon doesn't need to hear all this.
I
He's
am very
highly trained
alarmed.
professional.
No, I
We've
want all the
demonstrated
information.
Nothing will go wrong.
I don't think I want to
yes,
go in
you're
here.
right.
No one is making me
Gordon,
feel
we have
confident
complete
about this
confidence in you.
situation.
Not to mention, her constant eavesdropping on the water cooler banter around her tipped her off that not everything was all peachy keen here at Black Mesa.
Did I do it wrong?
Who could have guessed?
Get your heads out of your asses and just tell me what the fuck is going on. Stop telling me what you want it to happen and tell me what is happening.
They can't because they don't know.
So I think something went wrong.
On the topic of immersion, I have to talk about the look of the game.
Has science gone too far? Yes.
That one is good. That one is really good. Man, and we are still not even 1/3 through the game, and she's already, yeah, this is going too far. I like it.
Yes, it has.
I wasn't surprised that the graphics were a bit of a culture shock for my girlfriend, and they came up in discussion almost immediately after hitting start on the menu. In my opinion, they still hold up well by today's standards.
No, they don't. No. And I was there when it came out. It doesn't hold up at all. Not even the slightest.
And the age gives it all the more charm.
Oh no. Oh no. That's what you get for not giving me all the information.
Yes, it is charming. But it is charming in a way like one of those cheap modern horror games where the graphics basically look like that. It's charming in the same way. It looks cheap and retro.
And proceeding with it, even though it clearly was not working. How the hell do I get out of here?
What's more, for their time, they were far and away the best we'd seen. Half-Life is the oldest game we've had her play, so it piqued my curiosity how she'd feel about it.
Okay, come on, dude, we gotta get out of here.
Although her initial reaction was to laugh at the goofiness of the other human characters, the immersion runs so deep that within minutes she was no longer distracted by the textures and instead found herself just another part of the game's world.
Which is a sign of a good game. Because I'm the same. I completely ignore how old the graphics look, and I'm just in the world. But I still recognize that, you know, for today, for even 20 years ago. 20? Oh god, 20 years ago. Even for 20 years ago, this doesn't look good anymore. And 20 years ago was Half-Life 2, which today doesn't look that great anymore. 10 years ago, it didn't look that great anymore. But I still love that game, Half-Life 2. Love it to this day. And I will play it on stream.
I didn't really listen.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Please, get to the surface as soon as you can and let someone know we're stranded down here.
Okay, I'm on it. Oh god. What the fuck is that thing? Oh my god, scientists, be safe. I'll come back as soon as I can.
Access denied.
Okay, well, I'm trying to freaking go out the door.
When it comes to Valve games, a while ago I had her play through the Portal series, and I think that was a good way to introduce her to the developer.
I think, yeah.
Then someone let me out of here. Ah!
Valve makes you think when you're playing their games, and just because you're handed
Which is good. I wish every game would do that.
a gun in Half-Life doesn't mean you solve all your problems with shooting.
Oh, thank god. I don't understand why he wasn't helping me before.
They spend a good portion of the prologue not even arming her, so she gets a good taste of movement and how Gordon controls.
Oh, good lord. Those guys need to get out of here.
Overall, the game blends its action with its puzzles quite seamlessly, and with her experiences from Portal, she's much more capable at problem solving in first person. Not to mention, her aim's gotten a lot better since then, too.
How did I get this?
You walk
It
over
lends
it.
its credit to the entertainment of the game that you can go so long playing without ever firing a gun or let alone equipping a weapon.
Which is really something. In modern games, oh my god, it's hard. Because they are mostly boring. To be fair, they're boring. If you don't fight, it's boring. Which is sad.
Oh my god! I just watched an elevator fall!
The panic.
In case of fire, do not use elevators, okay? Oh god, that could have been me!
It speaks volumes how easily she could lose herself in the fun of exploring and helping out around Black Mesa before later finding a weapon and remembering, oh yeah, I'm supposed to kill things in this game.
Oh my god! Stay away from the security guard.
Her initial objective is to escape the facility and get help. Of course, now there are a bunch of aliens running around and getting in her way. Right from the start, as soon as she swung the crowbar for the first time, she realized that Gordon handled a little different from other characters she's controlled before.
Yeah.
I'm currently climbing my way to the top of the science facility to let them know that there's a bunch of scientists trapped. But I'm also not really feeling like these scientists are really trying that hard to save themselves, and it's a little bit alarming. Because, like,
True.
all the alarms keep saying, like, explosion imminent, overheating systems, and I'm like, get out of here! Ah, shit.
Yeah.
I'm really struggling with this whole gravity thing.
The age definitely showed in
Yeah.
its controls, mostly in the way
The jumping puzzles are one of the worst things in the game. One of the worst things.
she could whip around back and forth really quick. That being said, the attention to detail in Half-Life more than makes up for some of the clunkier movements.
I'm having a lot of fun.
True.
Since she's been acclimated to the polished camera movements you can expect from contemporary games, she actually got a little motion sick the first day she played.
Well,
Really?
there goes our grant money.
There goes our grant money. That's what you're worried about in a time like this? Grant money?
With some practice, got the hang of it, and her gripes mysteriously disappeared along with it.
Hello.
Did you just like say hello after jumping out the window?
Despite
course.
being a shooter at
That's
its
called
core,
humor.
Half-Life still wants you to interact with it in several other ways as well. It really stood out to me how much fun she had turning wheels, pulling levers, and pushing buttons between the different firefights.
Whoo! No, sir, careful. Shit. Well, don't copy me.
The interactivity of the world pushed her to engage with it in a creative way and helped her to start thinking outside of the box.
Oh, hello. Can you please let me in? Excuse me? Sir? Why are you adjusting your tie in a time like this?
Her curiosity drove
Because
her
you
to be
can.
thorough in her investigations of her surroundings, but her lack of game sense definitely worked against her in other ways as well.
Guys, now is not the time for this conversation. Okay? There are lasers there. There are lasers there. There are turrets.
A key aspect about this game is that you learn a lot from your surroundings.
Damn it. Can I just actually shoot these things over? Yo, I can! Okay, well this changes everything. I thought I had to work around the turrets, but I guess I can just knock them over. I thought I had tried earlier, but I'm sorry, dudes.
A lot of the time, you'll find yourself in a situation where you encounter something new and sort of just have to figure out whether or not it's something meant to help or hurt you.
True, very true. Very, very true. Half-Life is great at that.
You're going to have to leave me here, Gordon.
Now, those are things that are not good. And I think they came into the game with one of the later patches. Because I don't remember this happening when I played it in the 90s or the 2000s.
Okay.
Valve doesn't want to interrupt the player and break their immersion. I think this really benefits the experience of playing Half-Life.
Damn, girl, planning to eat tonight?
Time is right now.
From my experience, it's always been more satisfying to teach myself about how the game world works rather than being told outright.
Yo, I can
Yeah.
heal and reload at the same time. This is great.
That being said, this aspect was definitely to my girlfriend's detriment, as she kind of needs things spelled out for her.
Oh, I'm taking him with me, I guess.
To her credit, the reason for that is that just playing the game eats up most of her focus to begin with.
Sometimes I have to like click things a couple of times just to make really sure that like I can actually click something or not click something. Less because I'm not able to click it and maybe I just didn't aim at it correctly.
Let's take the
Yeah.
sniper enemies as a quick
I
example.
get that.
Rescued at last. Thank God you're here.
What the hell? Oh my god, are they trying to keep this under wraps?
After finding the military and asking for help, you learn they're here to cover up this whole incident, and now suddenly they're enemies who have guns as well.
So the military is not here to save us, it's here to exterminate us because I don't think corporate.
That was a great moment, by the way. I don't remember though how it was when I first encountered it, because 30 years.
Corporation wants to see this getting to the light of day.
Your introduction to the sniper enemy is played for laughs when a security guard attempts to deliver you an important message before dropping dead mid-sentence, seemingly from nothing.
Agreement, right? I've got a message for you.
Okay, what's
Make
up?
sure you don't...
No, what was the message?
Common intuition would suggest that something can kill you that you can't see, so taking cover while assessing your surroundings would be the logical next thing to do.
Yeah.
Good lord. He was telling me something important.
My girlfriend eventually got there too, but not before standing in front of the guard's corpse, upset that she'd never find out what he needed to tell her, when clearly all he had to share was there were snipers running about.
Where did that
Yeah.
shot come from? Freaking assassins.
This sort of thing occurs all throughout the game, and it definitely slowed her down every time it would happen. Whether it was boxes that could be broken for
That's
goodies,
fine.
There's a band-aid. I should be breaking more boxes. How much supplies have I been missing out on?
or a new gun for taking out
A
tough
lot.
enemies, she was constantly overlooking clear signals the game was trying to send her of how to play it.
Oh, I've been ignoring these the entire time. Oh my god, I could have had armor this whole time!
Oh my god.
Instead, I'm just taking bullets straight to my health.
Much to my amusement, she often wouldn't pick up on these lessons until much later on, and realize what she'd been missing out on this whole time.
What did I do?
Oh.
Oh, it's like a grenade. I love that was completely on accident.
Of course, the game doesn't
Awesome. Awesome. Click the wrong button, discovered something. Yeah. That's also me.
Hesitate to throw new things at you left and right. So by that point, the backlog of things to learn was starting to really stack up, and you could start to see how she made the game a lot more difficult for herself than it needed to be.
Keeping on this journey, we're escaping.
I think I'm doing the same with opposing force right now, because I'm kind of stuck because of low health.
Try and keep most of the scientists alive if possible. We'll probably lose a couple along the way, but not for lack of trying. Okay, I might get lost along the way.
The game likes to evolve over time and incorporate more of the new things that it teaches you together. Although she's a little slow to catch up, it doesn't necessarily hinder her from having a good time still.
Oh my god, I can already hear the Twitter weirdos. Oh my god, he called his girlfriend slow.
Nice.
She may march to the beat of her own tempo, but the reality is that a fun game is still fun even when you're bad at it.
Nice. I'm
Yes.
finally getting the rocket off. Yes! I'm not
It doesn't matter if you're good or bad at a game as long as it's fun. That's the only important thing about the games.
really sure what getting the rocket off will do, but the scientist said to do it, so...
I found it endearing that she was still enjoying herself even when she found herself failing a section over and over again.
Oh wait, I can just hop up the side. Shit.
Yeah, the movement sucks.
Okay. Good idea, poor execution. It took me a shocking amount of time to figure out this idea. There it goes.
Even the segments where I felt like I was losing my mind watching her not get something that seemed like common sense, I could still appreciate the enthusiasm she had to get back up and experiment.
What just happened? Was I just knocked out?
Yeah.
I was!
A common joke between the two of us about her in games is that she plays outside of intended gameplay loops and instead operates within her own girlfriend loop.
Oh my god, I'm being thrown in the trash compactor. I feel like I'm in Star Wars right now. No,
Oh.
shit. I died.
I mentioned how she initially scoffed at some of the older textures in this
Can
game,
happen.
but she actually came to eat those words. She ended up relying on them as she mentioned to me how she could usually tell if something was interactable by the texture being a little clearer than its fuzzy surroundings. Maybe not necessarily intended on Valve's part, but it was a neat little trick to help speed up her already slow exploration.
And all that and I can't even get in there? God damn it.
Even if it took her longer than the average player to get past something, it was still just as satisfying when things did click and she finally figured it out.
Oh wait,
Well, to be fair, a lot of the things is, getting past them is exploring everything around so you get a clue on what to do.
okay. Okay, she can go this way. Yeah, I was like, this isn't really making sense.
Some of her more unconventional solutions to problems certainly raised some eyebrows, but that didn't matter to her so long as she made it to the next section. At the end of the day, that's really what a game boils down to at its core. A collection of puzzles meant to be solved using whatever tools the player has access to.
Are they being kept in crates? Or were these dogs that turned into these? Have these been like little doggos that got radiated and that's what they've been this whole time?
No.
Immersion is a
No.
topic that keeps coming up, but it's because so much effort went into it in Half-Life. Loading screens are a great example because most games of this era would send you to a screen while it loads the next area, but in Half-Life they do it seamlessly while you're walking through a tunnel or hallway.
Questionable ethics indeed. I'm pretty convinced that these were dogs.
Of course, this is completely over my girlfriend's head, and she doesn't even know how to begin to appreciate it. But thankfully, she can appreciate the seamless loading in
Yeah.
her own way. Anytime the text appeared on screen, she let out a massive sigh of relief, because it was confirmation for her that she'd been going the correct direction. Ironically, this means they were having the complete opposite effect on her, as the text is taking her straight out of the game and breaking any immersion she may have had, but to each their own, I guess.
This game, especially when we're inside, like really, like, I forget that it's as old as it is, but I see stuff like this and I'm like, hell yeah.
We're making it back to the 90s with this one.
Yeah, baby.
The textures
Her
are
moments
really
of triumph
bad.
where she felt so smart were almost always punctuated with realizations of how simple a solution was at the same time. Granted, there were also plenty of moments of frustration where she was practically growling at the screen that she couldn't figure something out.
It says do not obstruct the laser. I feel like they put this box here so I can obstruct the laser, but like, it's not letting me.
She kept saying she needed
Yeah.
to work smarter, not harder, and that was one of the big things she liked about this game. The things that came easily to her were all well and good, but the most memorable parts of the game were definitely the areas that gave her pause
Oh.
and really made her scratch her head about what to do next.
God.
Yeah.
This game makes me feel both like so dumb, then also so smart.
The thing is, when
Same. And I remember with that puzzle, when I was a teenager, it took me ages to figure it out.
I play a game and start to struggle, there's usually a moment where I stop and think about what I'm doing.
Oh, good lord. Yes, I love being on the edge of a cliff.
Like, is the game wanting me to do this way, or is there something else I can try?
Oh, I just took out the helicopter! That was my nemesis.
Sometimes the game
One of the best things in the game. It feels so good to do.
actually does want me to struggle, but more often than not, a game wants me to be clever.
I'm a genius.
Half-Life made me realize
She
something
says.
about how my girlfriend plays games, which is that she's always struggling.
Oh.
I'm not good.
Her lack of experience means that everything feels challenging and difficult, so that logic gate doesn't even exist for her.
Try it over here. You like my technique, like the peeking and...
It never occurs that she might be doing something wrong if the game feels hard or unfair, because her
Yeah.
immediate assumption is that it's her fault for not being good at it.
What? I was hiding! Trying my process.
By the way, if an explosion happens in that building, the entire building explodes. That's why she's dead. Just so you know.
Instead of finding an alternative, she blames herself and just keeps brute forcing things until she eventually finds a way through.
That was an evil box.
Evil
I
box.
see. Damn, they literally attached the laser like to the boxes.
Probably the best example of this I can come up with is the weapons.
Ew, what the hell is this thing?
Usually when the game hands you a new gun, there will be a new type of enemy or obstacle to try it out on. Some weapons are better than others for taking out certain enemies, and with ammo being limited in supply, it's usually best to use the right tool for the job.
Oh, that's
Oh, you can shoot that thing
cool.
down. I didn't know that. I wish I did. Would have made the entire thing more easy.
Oh, nice. I blew up a helicopter.
Introducing a new kind of enemy right after getting a gun is them quietly nudging you to practice using your new weapon, while also showing you what the right tool to deal with these new threats is. Clearly that subtlety is lost on her though, so a jab might have been more useful than a nudge.
If I
Yeah.
shoot the guy, he's like, "Hey, what did I do to you?" And I'm like, "Well, maybe don't run right in front of my fire."
My girlfriend tends to stick to what she knows, so many of her guns gathered dust while she tried hammering through the entire game with nothing but the MP5.
Oh. Yeah.
It's a pretty good
That's not how you play the game. That doesn't work.
multi-purpose weapon, but you're punished for using it too much because it chews through ammo rather quickly with the tankier enemies.
But I don't think this level would have been nearly as long if I was better at shootings and platformings.
When she did run out of ammo, she'd end up switching to one of the other weapons, but the big problem with that was she'd try using it like her MP5. Firing a shotgun at range just doesn't work the same as a machine gun, unfortunately.
Exactly.
But I guess when all you have is a girlfriend, all your problems start looking like nails.
When we realized that you
Oh.
might actually make it here, we drew straws to see who should stay behind to let you through. Obviously, I drew the short one. My colleagues are waiting at the tip of the Lambda
I
reactor.
think I drew the shortest straw.
My favorite of these had to be the glue-on gun, or as she called it, the glue gun.
I built the glue-on gun, but I just can't bring myself to use it on a living
Glue
creature.
on gun.
You don't look as if you have any trouble killing things.
What?
Upon using it for the first time, she tried single shooting it with one mouse click at a time and got annoyed that it couldn't even take out a little head crab with a single shot. Hilariously, that was because this weapon is actually a deadly laser beam that you're meant to hold down and incinerate things with.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, she wasn't willing to give it enough time to figure that part out. It wasn't until later on that she gave it another try and it ended up saving her life.
Oh shit, well that's not what I was trying to do. No!
Whew. I haven't talked enough about actually firing the weapons, and there were definitely some growing pains.
Shall I say it? A woman.
of her when it came to not having an iron sight to stare down on her guns. Fortunately, Portal prepared her for this, and she'd also eventually realize she had a sight on the Black Mesa crossbow. Nonetheless, shooting from the hip was something she adjusted to rather quickly. In her words, it made her less self-conscious about her aim, and she felt like it helped her reaction time, and she didn't feel like she had to carefully line up a shot with an enemy. She's always been a careful shooter in games, so it was nice to see her loosen up a bit and learn to start blasting as soon as she saw a threat.
Which is good.
Dude. Oh. Huh.
For her, getting behind cover was more of a suggestion than a rule though, as she seemed to prefer more of a juggernaut approach. It was kill or be killed, so unless the enemy was spongy enough to eat her bullets, her main strategy was to stand in open view and unload on wherever the red damage indicator pointed her.
I'm not saying it again. I'm not.
What even is getting? Is it the? I know you can't really see, but like, is it the tank that's getting me?
The further she got in the game, the less feasible this strategy was, and eventually her methods started to change. At a bare minimum, she at least started crouching. It wasn't behind anything, but it was at least a step in the right direction.
Yeah, I have a technique. It's
A
called
technique,
once I start
she
shooting, I
says.
just sit there
Okay.
and shoot back.
So far, the story has had her mostly fighting aliens and military units on our home planet, but the last section of the game involves her actually going to the aliens' world and fighting them on their home turf.
The worst part of the entire game. Oh, I wonder how she will... Oh, how will she do?
Going! Ooh. Okay. Interesting.
Platforming has had a presence throughout the game, but it's this last section of the game that it ramped up in difficulty for my girlfriend.
Okay, I didn't do that right.
She claimed that for her playthrough, the jumping sections were a lot harder than any of the firefights, but she's always been her own worst enemy when it comes to platforming, especially in first-person games.
Isn't
Yeah.
Zen supposed to be like relaxed?
But what he forgets to say is that Zen is trash. Zen is literally the worst part of the game. No one likes Zen. Not even Gabe Newell likes Zen. The developer said that they rushed Zen because they ran out of time.
Because this is not relaxed.
On Zen specifically, the platforming segments led to some of her biggest frustrations, thanks in no part to the change in gravity.
Ah, damn it.
I think the game's age also reared its head a bit in how it handles during the jumping segments, as she'd frequently get frustrated with how her jumps felt like she was hurling forwards with no brakes.
Yeah.
Run! Oh damn, okay.
Yeah.
Did not see that coming.
The
I told you, it feels like walking on ice. It's really bad.
forward momentum led to her overshooting a lot of platforms and overall created a lot of frustration with the alien world. Couple this with the fact she didn't even know how the first aid stations worked on this planet, and you can see why she may have gotten aggravated.
Oh, these are healers. Oh my god, I am so dumb. I thought these were like teleporters that were broken, and I could have been healing this whole fucking time.
Oh, that's bad, yeah.
Are you kidding me?
But I didn't remember that either.
The final boss of the game is also located here, and he has a name, but my girlfriend dubbed him the Giant Ugly Baby.
What the
Because that's
hell?
what it is.
I'm very confused as to what this is. Like, it looks like a giant ugly baby.
The boss puts a lot of what you've learned to get here together into one big final fight. Of all the things he can do to hurt you,
But
by
the
far
fight
the
isn't
worst of the
good.
bunch was firing a green orb that would teleport her to her worst nightmare.
Whoa.
A room full
Which I found out you can avoid by standing behind one of those spikes. One that's close to the wall. And then you can just peek around the wall and shoot the baby, and then that's basically it. And when it has no thingies around it anymore, and it only shoots one electric thingy, you can go on one of the pads to jump above it, and then you shoot it in the brain, literally.
of platforming.
What in the world?
This one room in particular was the only part of the entire game where she actually walked away from it in frustration.
Oh,
Yeah, I can see that. I almost did that.
no.
By the way, the boss fight took me 90 minutes. And I will cut that down for a YouTube video, because you don't want to see that for 90 minutes.
The repeating textures on all the walls giving her a headache, or the fact she fell down from the top at least
Yeah,
a
too.
dozen times.
Why do I keep jumping all the way back down? I just sit at the bottom of this room and just cry.
This room delayed her finishing the game by an entire day.
What are we eating for
Yeah.
food, Nucky boy?
Luckily, when she eventually cooled off and came back, she managed to climb to the top and continue the fight where she left off.
Oh, thank God I made it. Okay.
She didn't actually know why she was fighting this thing, which I thought was kind of funny, but to sum it up, by killing it, she can close the portal between the alien world and our own.
I can't even tell if this is doing anything. Oh, wait, that's different. Okay. Open up your head, please. There we go. Why did it go over there? This boss sucks.
She's already proven she's
does.
not the best at picking up on environmental storytelling, but I don't think it was all that clear to begin with that the crystals she used in the first experiment were actually the ones she was destroying in this final boss fight.
It's a little robot giving
I didn't know that. This is the first time I hear that. Okay. Now it makes kind of sense.
me the sample.
Regardless, she eventually managed to figure out when to fire while moon jumping and put an end to the monstrosity once and for all.
I think it might be dying.
He's having a good time over there.
The ugly baby's exploding. Oh.
Let's abort it.
What the hell? This is it's the Thai guy.
In the flesh.
And that's a wrap for the original Half-Life. At the start of the video, I asked if Half-Life would be able to impress her. Well, after the ending, she immediately started installing Half-Life 2.
What
Nice.
the hell? He's giving me two options. I can either fight or I can go into the portal.
I guess that's the difference between an amazing game for its time and an amazing game.
No, I'm very indecisive.
Regrets.
Yeah, that's the difference.
Oh God. Observation terminated. Postmortem subject declined offer of employment.
I got the answer to my question, but she's still got some of her own.
He like didn't talk the whole game and now he just won't shut up.
The good news for her, though, is that there's more where that came from. And she'll soon find out that the right girlfriend in the wrong game can make all the difference in the world.
Yeah. This was a good video. Good video. Man, I wish I had a wife that would play games. But no, I don't. I don't.